record. And it's up to you if you want to lie down or start seated. I know that sometimes it feels better to lie down to begin because we're seated a lot right now, but I am going to offer you to start in a comfortable seated position for a little bit of breath work, and then we'll get into our postures. And as you either lie down, it looks like you're both staying seated. Allow your eyes to close from top to bottom. Feel the gentle rise and fall of each breath as it enters in and moves out. Bring your attention down to your hands and how they're placed on your knees or in your lap. Or if you're lying down, just notice how your hands are placed. And then begin to let your palms turn upward. And then begin to make contact with your thumb and index finger together. Just gently let them make a connection. And on your next inhale, keep that connection with your fingers. Keeping the connection, exhale. And then we'll move the thumb to meet the middle finger, breathe in. Exhale the air. As you inhale, switch your thumb and ring finger to touch, breathe in. Exhale it out. Thumb and pinky finger connect, inhale. And exhale. Making our way back down the fingers, thumb and ring finger connect, inhale. Thumb and middle finger connect as you breathe in. Thumb and index finger connect as you inhale. Stay for the exhale. And do that one more time. As you inhale, thumb and middle finger connect. Working your way down at your own pace. Once you've completed a full round of breath in and out with your pinky finger and thumb connecting, make your way back to the thumb and ring finger, if not yet. Going back down each one of your fingers until you get to your thumb and index finger. And once you've completed that, just let your hands rest. If you need to turn your palms down, do so. Just notice whatever it is that you may notice within your breath and your body as you brought your attention inward. And from here, you can start to blink your eyes open. And if you haven't yet started your music, you're welcome to do so now. And from here, let's begin to find a little bit of a cow pose here. So reach your heart upward. You can pull on your knees. And then you can begin to round back. And just continue this perhaps with your breath. You can either inhale as you arch and exhale as you round. You can always switch the breath. Perhaps let your neck be involved. Let's do one more round. And then we'll all pause seated, find the center, reach your arms out and up as you inhale. And as you exhale, release your right hand down and find a little bit of a side bend to the right. And you're welcome to move around here if you want to turn your chest upward and then down. If you just want to stay in a little bit of stillness, you can stay in stillness. One more moment here. And press into that right hand, inhale to the top. And you'll exhale over to the other side. And any movement here that you found on the opposite side, go ahead and find that. And we'll begin to rise all the way up through center, breathing in. And draw your hands to your center. All right, so from here, we're gonna set up right into our bound angle pose. So you'll take your bolster towards the back center of your mat, that long way. Hi Ron, I saw you log in too, by the way. And then whatever props you use for your leg support, have that on either side of your mat space. And if you have a strap, you're welcome to use it. I know Cindy and Ron have straps. If you don't, you're welcome to take one of your blankets actually and roll it up so it's long. And when you join your feet together, you would drape it over your feet, and it kind of just gives you that strap feeling of support here. So either way, whatever prop setup you're going to use, and elevate yourself if you feel that you need more elevation to your practice. Be sure you do have some sort of support underneath your legs. Remember, if you're using the strap setup, it goes around your body and over the tops of your feet. And as you come down, give yourself a moment to wiggle into position. Sometimes a little bit of movement is useful here before you settle into your stillness. And only if you want to, perhaps for the first few moments that we're in this posture, you could come back to that breath meditation with the movement with your hands, bringing your thumb and index finger together as you inhale. And exhale. Just working your way down to the thumb and middle finger connecting as you inhale. And of course, you don't have to do the movement of your fingertips if that feels like it's too much effort, especially in a restorative posture. You can imagine your fingertips connecting together if it helps you stay focused in your breath and body. We have just a few more moments in this posture. If you would like to return back to that breath intention for these final few moments we're here, you're welcome to connect your thumb and index finger and work your way down your hand, the pinky, and then back to the index. Or just imagine it as you're focusing on how you're breathing. So begin to bring your awareness to your feet, your knees, and your hips, so that you can begin to bring your knees together. Perhaps you're going to slide your feet forward out from your props, just letting the legs go out in front of you. Here, it might feel good to circle your ankles and even your wrists a little bit here. A little waggle the leg. And then, of course, you can take that long exhalation out through the mouth. And in your own time, we'll eventually start to make our way up to a seat. So in any way that makes sense for you, do it slowly. And before we move into our next pose, we're going to do a little bit of movement. So I'm actually going to invite you to come up to your hands and knees from here. And once you come up to your hands and knees, you will start to walk your hands over towards the right. So you'll probably walk off of your mat. And then we'll do that same cow-cat action here. So you can begin to lift your heart up and your tailbone up, and then you'll round out. Let's do this a few times in this direction. Perhaps use your breath to allow space into those areas that you might be feeling, that stretchy feeling. If you want more, you could take your feet towards the right a little bit, and that will change the intensity as well. And then in your own time, we'll start to make our way over to the other direction. There's no rush. You want to add your knees or your feet going towards the left, you're invited to. Nice. Do one more round. And then come back through center. And then on your hands and knees, we'll just do one round through the center. And eventually sit back into a seat. Nice. Those always feel nice. All right, so I do have our prone twist planned for today. So if you don't want to, or you're not practicing the twist, either child's pose and bridge, or side lying is always a great option. Cindy, you can always do bridge on the block, and then if you remember that strap setup with the one knee in, that's also a nice option just to kind of change things up. So Cindy's going to do that, and then Krista and Ron will do the prone twist. So you're going to take the bolster, same setup as the first pose we did. I like height under this, so you can build up your blanket or pillow stack, whatever you're using for your support. Usually extra padding on it is also nice here. And then we'll begin to turn down over the bolster. It doesn't matter which side you start with. And then for at home, if you feel that you're being pulled off to one side, you can either add more support underneath that right side, perhaps even on the opposite side of the bolster here for your arm as well. Head can turn in any direction. Yeah, that looks good, Cindy. And even here, you can envision your breath and that fingertip touch here to stay focused and turned inward. Just a few more rounds of breath here in this posture. All right, my friends. So from here, you can begin to slide your hands back and turn your head down towards your bolster, or release the grab of your knee and let your legs rest. If you're coming out of the twist, you can sit all the way up and pause. Just give yourself that time. And when you're ready, we're just gonna go ahead and switch sides. So you can just turn in the opposite direction. I always move my stuff so that I can continue to face you. And once you find that position that you'll settle in, and there's always permission to move around and adjust as needed. And then there's that added element of the breath practice, if that makes sense for you today. 5 more rounds of breath here in this posture. All right, in your own time, we'll begin to slowly come out of the pose. Either come down onto your back and pause on your back for a few moments. If you're in the twist, just come up to a seat. Just give ourselves a moment to adjust out of the pose. All right, so from here, we'll set up for our last posture, which you might even use as your Shavasana setup. So you'll want something for your head, definitely. And then if you have this, you can see, if you have blocks, I'm going to set up kind of that temple stand with the 2 blocks on the higher level and your bolster on top of it. If you don't have blocks, you can use a stack of folded up towels or blankets or pillows, but just in a way so that your legs are pretty elevated here. If you want something across your pelvis, you're welcome to that. I'm actually going to do my blocks on the lower level because this bolster is pretty thick. So once you have that set up, the backs of your legs will go onto the bolster and you'll lie back. Just notice how your body is making contact with your props and your mat. And then one last time before we do kind of send off into Shavasana. Bring your thumb and index finger together as you inhale. Staying through the exhale. Thumb and middle finger, breathe in. And out. Thumb and ring. Exhale. Thumb and pinky as you breathe in. Back to your thumb and ring finger, inhale. Middle finger and thumb as you inhale. Thumb and index finger, inhale. Relax your hands as you receive a full breath in. And all air out, exhale. And we'll have this be our send off into our final rest for Shavasana, my friends. So begin to slowly bring some awareness back into your breath. Maybe rubbing one fingertip together to the other, just to tie in that movement and breath that we were doing. Stretch through your feet and toes. If you want to stay here a little longer, you're welcome to, or you can start to bring one knee in and then the other to roll over to your favorite side. And then nice and slowly, you can press yourself on up to a seat. So you can join your hands together near your heart. Feel that gentle touch and connection and pressure each one of your fingers. Slight bow of your head towards your heart space. Find a soft smile and feel how it has a global effect through your whole body. And keep this with you as you move into the rest of your day. As always, from my heart to yours, namaste. I hope you feel grounded and a little more centered. And have a good rest of your day, my friends. Thanks for being here.